쉬운 일이 절대 아니야 네 앞에서는 건 스릴러 한 편이야 잘 나가다가도 뭔가 끝나면
It's very. I think Korean beauty standards for both men and women are very different from what I'm used to. I will stop with that comment before I dig myself into a hole.
Not one pin.
No.
Not Jay.
No.
You just hold this real quick.
이걸 기대한 건 나야 너와 원했던 건 로맨스 한 편이야 하지만 현실은 툭하면 불거져 한편의 드라마야 너의 대사 속 이젠 그쳐 진심이 아니길 빌어 그저 불안한 마음에 뱉은 거라고 믿고 싶어 서로 향한 말투는 점점 더 날카로워져만 가
How many women rejected this fellow? So now he's like started shooting back at all of the girls who shot at him with harsh words. Is that what they're saying? It's clearly the t-shirt. That's why they rejected him. He needs to wear a better t-shirt. Nice music. So I take that back. There's a guy in the list in the group shooting at him also. It's not just girls. Right? Right there. That's a guy in the blue shirt in the group shooting at him. Okay. And there's another guy, I think, back there. So why is he smiling now? He shot back and now it's all okay? Is that what's being said?
What's being said is that people in relationships tend to very quickly use very harsh words without thinking how much hurt they would cause or what they would mean. And with the people in the background who are also shooting at him, kind of shows that how easy it is for others also to join into criticism. And when he shot back, there were a lot of colors in the MV, so that kind of depicted the message that even though you're receiving that kind of viciousness, it's not something you should do as well. So he was smiling at the end because despite all of that, he responded with...
It was catharsis.
So he responded with not vicious words and thoughtful words. So that's kind of the message as to how no matter what, we need to be thoughtful of what we're saying.
Or just get out of relationships like that. You don't need that kind of drama in your life. What is this? It's entirely the wrong message to give someone.
Yeah,
It's like if someone's always harsh towards you, be like, I'm worth more than that.
true.
इसमें ना वो फॉल आउट बॉयज का वो जो सॉन्ग है ना सेंचुरीज एंड में उसका वैसे ट्यून आ गई थी
अच्छा,
स्टार्टिंग में जैसे होती है ना उसकी
आपने सुना है फॉल आउट बॉयज?
ये लोग इमेजिन ड्रैगन सुनते हैं
ओह,
और माइकल जैक्सन सुनते हैं, है ना? छोटू आपको कैसा लगा?
ये बिल्कुल सीधा ऐसे था। अच्छा,
ये पहले ना ऐसा भी हो सकता है
ये छोटू सब
ये बिल्कुल ऐसा है
yeah.
अच्छा, चलो गुड।
So because I think of the drumming.
नहीं
छोटू,
नहीं नहीं
sorry.
नहीं शूटिंग जो गुल्ली लगी आ
More rock and roll. So I like that a lot because I like rock and roll.
Yeah, so like we mentioned in the background, DAY6 is a K-pop band and not a K-pop group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's
And good guitar. I mean, obviously they weren't playing in real life; it was just a video. But if they were playing, the guitar was good. I like that a lot.
A tremendously catchy song. But that also has to do with I like a lot of punk music. Like growing up, Blink-182 was my favorite. So predictable, yes.
oh, well, then you might like their songs. It's a lot.
Yeah. So I get that.
It's a very sort of clever way that it's being done. No? Certain parts of the music would resonate with other kind of, I see lots of writers write like that, They'll pick up themes or they'll title their short story or their novel in a way after a more famous, short story or a theme. So it has that familiar resonance. So I feel that this, if it were to go into the market, it would have that resonance. And dramatic, they have dramatic photography, so like cinema effects and all that. So I feel they thrive on the resonance also. Lots of young people doing all this. Yeah.
It seems like this one, the Maria song, IU twice. It's a lot of questioning of what's going on through their eyes, and as usual, like in every society, it's a young which questions. It must be fascinating to be living in Korea as a young person right now, and they could say the same thing about us living in India as a young person right now, looking in India and wondering why the hell are they so upset about Rihanna's tweet? What's that all about? You can say that, after Rihanna's tweet, the Indian police put barbed wire all over Delhi, which was kind of funny. So it's always fascinating to look into another country from the outside, and every country obviously has serious issues, but it's great that these guys are, using their art as a way to, make a difference, make a change, and maybe it will change after some years. I don't know. Slowly.
One of their members is a Canadian and the other is American. So K-pop is more Americanized than one would think. It's more international because there are groups with Japanese members, Thai members, Chinese members.
Yeah. And it's also interesting, like K-pop, we are having this conversation not when K-pop has just started out. So that also has its trajectory,
Yeah.
Like it's become popular to a point where you have, and they must be having lots of Koreans who are not living in Korea participating in it also.
Yeah.
And the growing is like, we can all pretend the world is a cultural potpourri, and so maybe it feeds that imagination also, right?
Yeah.
We can all be world citizens.
The whole idea of netizenship, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's beyond barriers. it's beyond linguistic barriers, beyond national barriers. But actually, it isn't, because the thrust of the telos of the entire culture is America. So, I feel it creates this sort of make-believe world where we want to be one world, and it allows us to be world citizens in that moment.
DAY6 is a little underrated group. They don't have as much following as a lot of the artists we heard today have, but they are slowly being known because there's I think a handful of Korean bands. So yeah, bands is not really a thing in that industry, but now they're making a breakthrough. There's DAY6, there is this band called The Rose, there's this older band.
Yeah.
And well, what's the attraction for Indian audiences with K-pop?
I think it's something new. Like, I think people started listening to K-pop at a time where Hollywood wasn't really giving too much. Like, I don't remember listening to a lot of English songs when I started listening to K-pop.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think it was like a breath of fresh air. And yeah. What about you, Rithika?
Honestly, like for me, it was the fashion that drew me in. They were just so gender fluid, and it was so nice to see, because you see a lot of hesitation when it comes to experimentation and fashion in general. And I really like the hairstyles, the clothing, just everything, and also their live performances.
So this whole gender fluid thing, this phrase, and the only reason I know about this phrase, there's another word called trigger, which a lot of Ashokans use, gender neutral, all these phrases I only know because I'm a professor at Ashoka, because they never did exist when I was growing up. And given I circulate amongst my friends, which are like me from boarding school and college, and I have a small knit community here, there's no reason why I would come across this phrase. You guys may have grown up with it, and you're much more comfortable and easy with it. Not that I'm uncomfortable with it, but for me, it's fascinating. It's like, what's going on here? Who are these people? They never existed when I was growing up. Or maybe they did. And I just, I don't know. But for me, it's fascinating. And that's what I really like about K-pop as well, is that it's really new. And it's all sorts of stuff happening there. I learned a heck of a lot today. That's why I always say I get as much, if not more, out of my guys than I give them in class.
आपको पता है वो सॉन्ग क्या कह रहा था? क्या?
जब आप गंदे वर्ड्स कहते तो भी वो गोले की तरह लग सकते.
तो नेक्स्ट टाइम आप लड़ाई करोगे तो ऐसे नहीं करोगे ना?
मैं तो करूंगा.
क्यों?
क्योंकि मैं चाहता हूँ कि वो हो.
अच्छा, okay.
But I don't know if I agree with the message of this song. It's like, yeah, if someone's hating on you in a relationship, what kind of relationship are you in? You shouldn't be in a hateful relationship.
성진형 내가 아까 형 밥 먹어. 네가 날 때렸잖아.
Just like I'm constipated. I mean, you saw that bit, right? That's not a proper expression. Like, look sad or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. Good for him. Maybe he'll do better in his next stint as an actor, I'm sure.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll see this input and improve on his acting skills.
No doubt he has done so already.
Now I just feel like they're just flexing.
But do they have a podcast?
But do they have a podcast? No, I have a podcast.
Shut up.